So how about that ZR1, huh? Quite a car, or should I say hypercar? Let's get into it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today was a reveal of the ZR1. I've been waiting for this for about a month. I heard a lot of rumors, and a lot of those rumors were false. That's why you shouldn't believe things on the internet, even when people have sources that say they're legit. So I was expecting a cross-plane 6.2 liter supercharged, I don't know, but all the stuff I saw online and read, people were very confident in what they heard, and all that was wrong. In any case, yeah, the ZR1 is bananas. It's more of a car than I thought it was gonna be. Real quick, here's the rundown, here's the quick facts on the ZR1. I'll show you a little clip in case you missed it. I'll give you my thoughts on it. So, whew, crazy. I meant to post this sooner, but I work. I wish I had the luxury of just doing YouTube full time, but I don't. So anyways, over 1,000 horsepower, you heard that right. 1,064 to be correct, 800 and some change foot-pounds, which is crazy, out of a twin-turbo flat-plane 5.5 LT7, very similar to the LT6. From all the little snippets I've already watched, things I've read that are official, it's pretty much a LT6 that's been fortified with boost on it. I did see one little clip with Taz Jector, one of the chief engineers for Corvettes, explaining, which is actually pretty cool, how they kind of treat the LT6 and LT7 now like two four-cylinders. The two banks are completely partitioned for both balance and now for boost, which is pretty neato. And that's how they get away with a lot of the balance issues, if you will, with the flat plane crank. Now, even me, I thought it was kind of sketch to boost the LT6. It's already kind of a delicate motor. I say delicate. It's got very tight tolerances, if you will. So I didn't think they were going to boost it, but they did. So I assume they know what they're doing. From what I've read, it's got a beefed up transmission, because even this guy, 500 horsepower, it's a lot on the transmission, and even with the Z06, I'm imagining it's got a lot of magnesium parts and a lot of expensive metals and stuff way over my head, I would hope. What else? It's a split window to kind of harken back to the C2. I'm not sure if I like it. I need to see it in person. The interior is pretty much the same as the Z06. This will be a 2025 model, meaning the interior has not changed. So all the crap you've heard the last couple of years, you're going to do a total redesign of the interior. It's all garbage. They're not going to do that. They're going to keep the same interior through 2027. Few wheel options. I will say I do like the Z06 wheels better, but maybe they'll grow on me. A lot of times they do. The rear end's almost identical to the Z06. It is identical to the Z06. The wing's a little different, a little more aggressive. I'm indifferent towards it. I like the blue theme they use on the valve cover. That looks really sharp. The block itself, because it's a 5.5, it's a short block, obviously, but there's so much stuff on it. The turbos on the side, it looks so narrow. It looks much smaller than the 6.2 LT2, but all the crap on it, it looks very narrow, very shallow. But no, it's a V8, 5.5. What else am I missing? It didn't give any weights. It will do a quarter mile under 10 seconds. It will easily do, we know, confirmed 212 miles an hour plus. I would imagine in a good situation, good scenario, probably 220 max speed. And it's probably governed by just all the aero on it. Lots of downforce, over 1,000 pounds of downforce. The front frunk is no more. That's just for a radiator. Aero as well. I'm sure there's some suspension tweaking and stuff I missed. But yeah, the car's bananas. I really thought it was going to be a cross-plane crank with about 800 horsepower, 650 foot-pounds of torque to leave room for the Zora. Is the Zora still coming? I don't know. That'd be ridiculous if that's still a thing coming. Imagine I'll take a ZR1, made it to all-wheel drive, electric drive up front, so that'd be crazy. Any case, ZR1 things got me all worked up. Yeah, I feel like I'm all over the place, but let me get centered here. I really was expecting more of a presentation from GM, kind of like how they did with the initial launch of the C8s and the Z06, but this was just at 7:30, the portal opened up on the Chevy sites and all the embargoes lifted for all the reviewers. That's all it was. And a little tiny 3-minute clip showing you about the ZR1. I'll show you a little clip right here, in case you missed it, to kind of show you the car, and I'll give my thoughts on it.
More than 800 foot-pounds of torque from 3,000 RPM to 6,500 RPM. More than 1,000 pounds of downforce at top speed. and a quarter-mile time well under 10 seconds. It's going to be the fastest Corvette that we've ever done.
Okay, all right, well, that's an important one here. Let's just take a step back. Fastest Corvette ever. Are you confirming 212 plus today?
Significantly faster than 212 miles an hour. It's absolutely incredible.
And when you start to think about the acceleration, how does that feel?
It's really mind-blowing. The first time you get in the car, you get this experience that's like, oh my God, what did I just feel? But it doesn't go away. It never disappoints. You never get used to this kind of power. It's always special. It's always enjoyable. So the ZR1 represents the first ever factory turbocharged Corvette.
When you think about turbochargers, some might say, hey, there's going to be some lag. You know, it takes a little bit of time to spool up. What are some of the things that you all did as a team to mitigate that?
That's a great question, Brad. And these turbochargers are massive, 76 millimeter compressors. So in the design of the turbocharger, we phase the exhaust cams in the engine to keep turbo speed as high as possible. We change ignition timing, throttle position, and we have a special wastegate that's electronically controlled. So we can use those features to keep turbo speeds as high as possible. So when you're exercising the ZR1 on the twisty roads, your favorite place to drive, or even on the track, that massive power and torque is always available. It's incredible.
All right, so there we go, the ZR1. To me, it's pretty much a hypercar. This thing's probably gonna do 0 to 60 in like 1.8 seconds, assuming it's got traction. I do wonder how wide the rear wheels will be. I know the Z06 is 345s. I don't see them going much bigger than that, so it's going to be a tire game. As long as you have good tires on it and get a launch, I think you can get it under 2 seconds, 0 to 60. Yeah, this car is just bananas. With that being said, there's no prices yet, but all estimates say it's going to start around 200 or just under 200. So that pretty much prices everybody out. Most of my viewers, myself included. I was doing the math. If I double my salary, I make decent money, I probably still couldn't afford one. And I'm happy with my Stingray. It's kind of going away from the what a Corvette is, the working man, the blue collar man's supercar. But you know, we got the Stingray for that. And then the E-Ray and Z06 are priced similarly, still expensive. But this is now hypercar territory. I don't see them making more than a couple thousand a year. And given that, I don't think it's gonna hurt the sales figures or numbers on the Z06. Don't think because this came out, the Z06 is gonna plummet. It's not. So the Z06 will still be the sweet spot if you want a really exotic American mid-engine car. But for me, the Stingray I have is more than enough. But it's crazy to think that it's literally twice or more than twice the horsepower of my C8, and this car is plenty fast. So I can only imagine how ridiculous it sounds and feels. So when this thing comes out, if you're near me in southeastern Virginia or North Carolina, please hit me up. I would love to go for a ride. I don't need to drive it, just give me a ride one of these damn things. So I've already got to drive a Z06, which is phenomenal. I still want to ride an E-Ray. So if any of my viewers got an E-Ray near me, I want to check it out. The ZR1, man, what a car. It definitely blew my expectations out of the water. I'm happy that they kept it a flat plane. It does not quite rev as high as the LT6, but pretty close. 20 psi per bank, if I didn't already mention that. Large turbos, very large turbos. 15 radiators. Yeah, I would imagine it weighs probably a little less than the Z06 if I had to guess. But they also added more radiators. I have no idea. We won't know until that technical stuff is released soon. I'm sure when they release pricing, we'll get more of the fine-tuned tech data. But yeah, I'm curious to know your thoughts on this. I know there's a billion YouTubers right now posting videos on the ZR1, and I wanted to get my thoughts out there to you guys as well. So yeah, pretty exciting stuff. Oh, and probably the biggest takeaway of all of this that I'm most excited about is that yellow, an official deep, very similar to the Millennium Yellow on my Z06. Yellow. The current yellow is dog shit, I'll be honest with you. I love yellow cars. When the C8 debuted with that yellow, I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? It's disgusting. Anyways, the new yellow, outstanding. The purple, I thought it'd be a little deeper. It almost looks like a blue, but you know, they try. So yeah, anyways, yeah, that's my thoughts on the ZR1. I'm curious to know what you guys have to say below. And this video is kind of all over the place, but I just want to get this video out and kind of excited about it and want to hear your thoughts. So cool, guys. That's all I got for today. I'll see you guys in a few days for a C8 video. I promise. If you want to install. Cool. All right, guys. Take care.